how to do the inner work. One way that works for me is to keep a tab or a journal on when you have fallen out of your heart, when you have embraced your ego or the shadow side, and then reflect upon if this is a cycle that is happening, what situation created this trigger, what person, how you felt during that situation, and really like utilize all of this information to then gain wisdom. Use the experience to gain wisdom and what the outer world or what you're manifesting is trying to tell you, because the universe is so benevolent, it will always bring to you what it wants you to move through, or what it wants you to be initiated in, or what it wants you to transcend, or what is in the unconscious or the subconscious realms. So it's always manifesting in your outer reality what it wants to help you with. So keeping a journal and keeping a tab is a way that we can use wisdom, and especially wisdom when we are outside of our emotional, once we've moved our emotions, then we can really tune into what is it what's being reflected here.
And another great way to do that is to look at our triggers and to really look at every subtle thing that comes up for us, because it's never the situation, it's never the other. There's no such thing as blame. It's always, always, always going to come back to ourselves. And in the moment that we feel upset with someone else, or with a situation, or with the driver that just cut in front of us, we may feel that first initial reaction of projecting the energy out. But if we can catch ourselves in that moment and go back within to see what is that about ourselves, that's a great way to alchemize and to as well avoid this kind of situation happening again. Because the more we look at our triggers and the more we use them as gateways and tools, the more we bring peace into our lives. Because through using those triggers as a gateway, we actually move the energy within ourselves, so then it doesn't have to manifest in the external anymore. And even if it does, we won't feel affected by it any longer.
Another tool that I use is meditation to gain clarity. And there's many ways you can do this, but one way is, as I spoke about, you journal the experience and you've reflected upon it, and then in the next flow, when you're in a beautiful space of meditation, you bring up that experience. And when you're in that deeper state of meditation, you're accessing your higher awareness. So wisdom will come through around why this manifested, and also what is the underlying feeling that might be there, because in the moment you weren't able to say, well, why did this happen to me? Because the charge of the emotions was taking over. Another way is also just to, in meditation, straight after it, the trigger, is to just go and sit in meditation. And initially it will be really intense because you're still in the emotions and the feelings and everything else. But if you're able to sit and have courage to sit in that, it too shall pass. And there will be a point of where all of that will just come back into a neutrality. And then you'll be able to integrate the experience. So meditation is a powerful tool. And another tool we just quickly will mention is EFT, the releasing technique, emotional freedom technique. We do it a different way in terms of we do it, but we speak exactly how we feel as we are doing it. So that's something sometimes when I'm not able to meditate, I'll do that first to get rid of all the stagnated energy that's been ignited by the trigger, and then I'll go into meditation.
And as well, it is really important when we do meditate that not to use it as a way to suppress our energy and to say, oh, everything is fine and I am peaceful, but it just to sit with it in neutrality and to really feel it, so then it's coming up rather than going down and staying suppressed in the body. But because we do have a lot of suppressed energy in the body, it's another great way to use as a tool, movement and dance, that helps us to release the sticky emotions, and that helps us to be in a more right brain hemisphere that is something more artistic and creative, and it helps us to free and to liberate the energy and all the stickiness that may be stuck in our energy field. So whatever we do, ultimately we will always have to go to the root, because even if we use these techniques and we only scrap on the surface, the trigger is going to come back. So when we go into the root and we pull the root of why the original trigger or emotion situation has been created, then it will literally transform in our lives, and it is going to free up so much psychic energy.
In our online course, it's really created to go into the deep roots of doing the inner work and getting to the shadow. We have a lot of tools there, and we also, it's like the complementary aspects of all the course will really allow you to come out on the other side of that and really embrace that higher aspect of yourself.
It's called Integrate Your Divinity, and it's a 6-week online course, so we invite you to tune in with us there. And if you want to know why the inner work is so important or what can be the effects, then we have another video that we posted previously. You can check that out. And if you feel inspired, please like this video, leave us a comment, and if you have any questions, you're welcome to write them as well in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in with us.
Namaste.
Namaste.